There are a lot of choices to make when it comes to dirt biking, and one of the most important is knowing when to change your dirt bike tires. Tires are an important part of your bike, and they need to be in good condition if you want to have a good ride. In this video, we'll talk about how to know when it's time for new tires, and some tips on choosing the right ones. So watch this video till the end, it'll be interesting. If you want to have a safe ride when on your dirt bike, you should always change your dirt bike tires as soon as you see the signs of wear and tear on them. Not just that, but you must also make sure that you check them every time before going on a ride. This will ensure that you have a safe trip and ride with confidence in your ride. So what are the signs that you need to change your dirt bike tire? Other than waiting for your dirt bike tire to reach its expiry time, there are some signs that you might be able to see that indicate that the tire's expiry time is here. 5. Black rubber has turned gray due to discoloration. This is the most common sign of wear and tear, and it means that you should change your tires right away. When the rubber starts to turn a grayish color, it means that there isn't enough air in them anymore, so they have lost its shape. This isn't safe because you can't be sure about how well they'll hold up. 4. Cracked. If you find that the rubber of your tire is cracked, then it's best to replace them as soon as possible. Cracks can be found on the sidewalls and across the tread pattern. A crack means that there isn't enough air pressure in your tires, so it's time for new ones. This will provide a safer ride. 3. Tires that are over a year old. If you have been riding your dirt bike for more than a year, then it's about time to replace the tires on it as well. The rubber of your tire tends to harden as they age. This can be dangerous because they won't absorb any impact, and they might end up cracking or popping when you come in contact with something. 2. Knobs that are missing or torn, or lugs. The knobs on your tires need to be fully functional and in good condition. Otherwise, they won't hold the weight of your dirt bike properly, so you'll have a less safe ride whenever you go out on a ride. Knobs that are missing or torn mean that you'll need new tires before long, since they won't offer any protection when you hit a rock or anything else with them. 1. Knobs that are rounded. When the knobs on your tire begin to look more like buttons than knobs, then it's time for a new set of tires. This is because it means that the rubber they're made of has worn down and they won't hold your dirt bike properly anymore. Your ride will be less stable and you'll lose traction more easily, which can lead to an accident. These are some of the most common signs that you need to change your dirt bike tires. You don't want to wait until there's a problem or an accident before changing them. Rather, you should make it a habit to check your tires every time before going on a ride. Knowing when to change dirt bike tires will help you with making sure that you and everyone else have a safe time when you go out on a ride. So if your tires have reached expiry time, get the most durable dirt bike tires in the description below. How long do dirt bike tires last? So, how long do dirt bike tires last when they're out on the road? Dirt bike tires usually last no more than 6 years before they need to be replaced. However, a number of factors influence this figure, including the amount of time you spend on your bike, the terrain you ride on, your riding style, and the type of tire you have. There's also a full-length video on how long dirt bike tires last. It talks in detail about what affects the lifespan of dirt bike tires and also how to prolong their life. You can check the video link in the description below. So how to change dirt bike tires? There are a few steps you need to take in order to change dirt bike tires. 1. Get the right tools ready. Make sure you have the following tools ready before you begin with the actual process of changing dirt bike tires. Tire levers. You need at least 4 or 6 of them to be able to do it without too much difficulty. Spare inner tube. Make a habit of always carrying a spare inner tube, just in case something happens and you need it. Axle nut wrench and a socket wrench with a ratchet. If you don't have this, then any wrench will do. Rim lock tool or an adjustable spanner that can fit into the inner diameter of your wheel rim. 2. Unmounting the wheel. There are several ways to unmount your dirt bike tire. Use the axle nuts to unmount your wheel. Use a rim lock tool, unscrew the plastic cap on top of your wheel axle and use an adjustable spanner or any other wrench that fits into the inner diameter of your wheel rim. 3. Disconnecting the inner tube. Once you're done unmounting the wheel, it's time to disconnect the inner tube. This usually requires you to push a small metal pin through it and then pull it off the wheel rim. 4. Separating the tire beam from the wheel. Your dirt bike tires consist of 3 layers. The rubber layer on top is called the carcass. The tube, which is hidden inside the tire beam that you just disconnected, the knob layer, which is on top of the tube. You need to separate your inner tube from the tire beam before you begin installing your new tire. Usually, this means simply pulling them apart. Make sure not to damage anything while doing this. 5. Pulling the old dirt bike tire through the rim. Next, pull the dirt bike tire through the rim. This is where your tire levers come in handy. Be extra careful when doing this step and make sure you don't damage anything or hurt yourself. 6. Inspecting the wheel. Now that you've got your old tires off and your new ones on, it's time to inspect the wheel. Look for the following: cracks or other signs of wear and tear on the rim. The rim lock and whether or not it has any cracks or damage. Cracks and signs of wear and tear on the inner tube. If you find any significant damage, then it's best to visit your nearest motorcycle repair shop and get everything fixed there. 7. Mounting the rest of your dirt bike tire. If you haven't done so already, then this is where you apply the rim tape and mount the inner tube onto the wheel. 8. Mounting your dirt bike tire. And lastly, you mount your dirt bike tire. Make sure that everything's tight and in place, especially the inner tube. A good way of doing this is by giving your dirt bike tire a few spins while it's mounted on the wheel. Then, make sure there are no cracks or anything that may cause problems in the future. My final thoughts. In conclusion, knowing when to change dirt bike tires is the most important part of prolonging their life. However, it's also a good idea to know how to replace them as well. It may not be hard, but there are definitely a few things you need to take into consideration before getting started. I hope this video was helpful and answered any questions you might have had about dirt bike tire replacement. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit the subscribe button to get more video content. For now, I'll see you next time.